min husni is part of the beauty or perfection. Islam al-mar, of the Islam of someone, is his leaving alone that which does not concern him. So the Prophet ﷺ said, min husni Islam al-mar. There is another hadith that talks about husn and hasan as they pertain to the meaning of husn, or beauty, or perfection, as it pertains to Islam. Which hadith talks about husn as it pertains to Islam? Hadith Jibreel, which was hadith number 2. Hadith Jibreel, in which the Prophet ﷺ, Jibreel asked him about al-Ihsan. Al-Ihsan and husn, they come from the same root, right? This is like that. It's about beauty and perfection. Because beauty is the sign of perfection. Usually you worry about beautification after you have done everything. After you have built established the foundation, built the building, and then, installed the windows and decoration, beautification comes at the end. That is the sign of perfection. That's the cream on top of a cake or whatever. So it is a sign of perfection. Beauty is a sign of perfection because it comes as a last stage, last phase. Certainly, if you worry about beautification before you establish the foundation, that creation will be deformed, distorted, lopsided, defective, completely defective. But people should start from the foundation first. So, you're leaving alone that which does not concern you is part of the perfection of your deed, part of the perfection of your deed. But when the Prophet ﷺ was asked about Ihsan by Jibreel said to the Prophet ﷺ, tell me about Ihsan. What did the Prophet ﷺ say to him? أن تعبد الله كأنك تراه فإن لم تكن تراه فإنه يراك. To worship Allah as if you see Him. And if you don't see Him, He sees you. If you don't see Him, He sees you. So basically, this hadith that we're talking about is about part of husn, part of the beauty. But it does not address the source of that beauty. Hadith Jibreel addresses the source of that beauty, the source of that perfection of someone's iman. You're not going to be able to leave alone that which does not concern you until you go back and, ponder over Hadith Jibreel and act upon Hadith Jibreel. Because it is a manifestation. And that is the problem. Sometimes, the good understanding of the deen is to know the difference between the disease and the symptom, between the root and the branch, between al-asl wal-far'a, between al-marad wal-arad. It is to know the difference between the essence and the manifestations of that essence. So the essence of this matter of the beauty and the perfection of one's deen is to worship Allah as if he sees Him. And if he does not see Him, then he knows that Allah does see him. And the blossoms of that will be so many of them, as the Prophet ﷺ said, min husn, of the perfection and beauty is this one, tarkuhu ma la ya'ni. His leaving alone that which does not concern him. It is one of the blossoms of al-Ihsan, as mentioned by the Prophet ﷺ in Hadith Jibreel, which is أن تعبد الله كأنك تراه فإن لم تكن تراه فإنه يراك. To worship Allah as if you see Him, and if you don't see Him, He sees you. So now the idea here is, why are we saying this? We're saying this because unless we know the root cause of our problems, and the root cause or the root remedy of those problems, we will not be able to, arrive at the right solutions, the right, endings. So you will say to yourself, I want to beautify my iman, I want to perfect my Islam. I should leave alone that which does not concern me. And you try to practice this. And you basically, for a few days, you're talking much less than before. And you're trying to mind your business. You're trying to remind yourself, well, it's none of your business. Why should I worry about this? Why should I pay attention to this? It's none of my business. So you're looking less at people and at things and at events and around you and so on, trying to focus and trying to stay out of trouble by avoiding that which does not concern you. But then you relapse. The cause of recidivism, which is relapse, going back to square one, is you have not addressed the root cause of your problems. And why do we not address the root cause of our problem? Because it's very uncomfortable to address it. Because it takes a lot of changes in our lives. It takes a lot of sacrifices. Can you imagine really worshiping Allah as if you see Him? And if you don't see Him, then you know that He sees you? Can you imagine doing this for, a few days, weeks, months? It's something so beautiful, and many people did it. But are we able to do it? Do we want to do it? Do we really want to do it? Because do you know what that means? That you will be in shape 24/7. You're being watched by Allah 24/7. You're being in shape 24/7. And not only that, your thoughts have to be in shape as well, 24/7. So then we have run from addressing the root cause, and then we look at, the basically painkillers, fever reducers, analgesics, to just try to still basically feel good about yourself, or at least feel that I'm not too lost. So you try to do one thing here and one thing there, and a little bit of charity here and a little bit of that there, but you're still did not master the courage to address the root cause and to attack it head on. Do I worship Allah as if I see Him?